Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a very basic beginner-friendly yoga session. So to begin, we're going to start off in a very comfortable seated position with your legs crossed, hands either on your lap or on your knees. You're going to close your eyes, and here we're just going to take a few deep breaths and just settle in. Breathing in through your nose and sighing it out through your mouth. Keeping your eyes still closed, we're going to let our head hang down to our right shoulder, feeling a slight stretch in our neck before letting it rock over to the other side. And back to center. Bring our chin to our chest. We are now going to roll our necks from left to right. Bring it to our right shoulder, down to our chest, and to the left. Going back to the right and left. One more, right, and then left. Coming back to center. We're then going to do some wrist. You can open your eyes. We're going to do some wrist warm-ups. So by bringing your palms together, clasping your hands, you're just going to roll your hands in circular motions, going one direction, swapping over. Then bring your palms together. You can press your right palm onto your left. Doing the same on the other side. And finally, pressing down on your hands just to get some blood flowing in the wrists. From here, now do some twists, placing your left hand on your right knee with your right hand behind your back. Now turn your body as far as you can, maybe even looking over your shoulder behind you. Remembering to breathe. Before swapping over to the other side, right hand on left knee, left hand behind, and look over your shoulder. Coming back to center, we now place our right hand onto the mat next to us, lifting our left hand up and over our heads, taking a deep breath in, and as we exhale, leaning our bodies to the right, feeling a nice stretch in our sides. Coming back to center and moving on to your left side, left hand down, right hand up. As we exhale, lean over and stretch. Coming back up, we're going to move over into tabletop position. making sure our hands are underneath our elbows, underneath our shoulders, and our knees underneath our hips. From here, we're going to take a step back into plank position, and just rock back and forth, pushing our shoulders over our wrists and then back. Doing a few pulses on your own time. And on your last one, pushing the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Making sure to keep a nice straight back. And you can even walk your dog out a little bit, pushing one heel down at a time, making sure there's still a slight bend in your legs. When we're ready, we're going to lift our right leg up. As it comes as high as you can, we're going to bend our leg and stack our right hip over our left, bringing our knee as high as possible. From here, we can do some circular motions, drawing circles with your knee in the one direction, and then the other. And from here, we bring our right knee to our right elbow, hovering slightly for a second before placing our foot next to our hand. Here, you can either keep your knee up, your back knee up, or you can lower it down to the mat. And you can do some free movement, whatever's most comfortable. You can either move your hips from side to side, put your right hand onto your right knee, and do some circular motions, or even just push your knee away, lifting your toe, your big toe off the floor, whichever is most comfortable. And when you're ready, you can place both hands back onto the mat, lifting your back knee up and kicking your right leg back to your left and pushing back into downward dog. Moving on to the left, lifting your left leg up, bending the knee and stacking your left hip over your right, drawing some circles with your knees in the one direction, and changing over to the other, before bringing your left knee to your left elbow, and then placing your left foot next to your left hand. Keeping your right knee off the mat or on the mat, whichever is most comfortable. And then whatever you did on the one side, you can repeat on the other. Moving the hips from side to side, maybe drawing some circles with your left knee, or pushing your knee away from your body. Bringing both hands back to the mat, lifting your back knee up, back into plank position, and downward facing dog. Now, with our right leg again, we're going to kick it up, this time keeping our legs straight for three-legged dog. And as we inhale, and then exhale, bringing our knee to our chest, pushing slightly forward to try and place our foot between our hands, lowering our back knee, and untucking our toes. Once we have our balance, we can push our whole upper body and hands up for low lunge. Holding for 2 full breaths. Maintaining our balance, making sure our front knee doesn't collapse. Then framing your front foot again, kicking your right leg back into high plank, and pushing back into downward dog. Moving on to the left side, your left leg up, keeping your leg straight as you inhale, and then exhale, bringing your knee to your chest, pushing forward, placing your foot between your hands, lowering your back knee and tucking your toes. Once you have your balance, push your whole body up, lifting your hands up for low lunge. On your last exhale, framing the front foot, lifting your back knee, pushing back into plank, and then up into downward facing dog. From here, I'm going to push up forward into plank once more, this time placing only your left knee onto the mat, extending your foot out to the side as we lay our back heel onto the mat, toes facing to the side, getting balance on our hands as we lift our right hand up into an assisted side plank. Holding for a breath before slowly pushing your whole body up, holding and then placing your right hand on your right leg, throwing your left arm over your head for gate. Coming back up straight, placing both hands back onto the mat, legs together into plank, and moving on to the other side. Bringing your right knee onto the mat, kickstanding it out to the side, left heel onto the mat, left arm up to the sky as we open our chest for an assisted side plank. Hold as we hold for one breath before pushing our whole bodies up, and then placing our left arm onto our left leg, right arm over our heads. And back up, hands down to mat, and to plank. Once we're in plank, we can push our hips back up for downward facing dog, and then slowly walk your hands towards your feet until you reach a nice relaxing forward fold. Letting your whole upper body hang with a slight bend in your legs, taking your body from left to right, taking your heads left, yes and no. Before coming to stillness, we're going to take a deep inhale as we lift our upper bodies up for halfway lift, keeping a straight back. And then as we exhale, forward fold. Once more, take an inhale for halfway lift. Exhale to forward fold. Now, keeping your chin to your chest, you're going to slowly roll up your whole upper body, making sure you go up one vertebra at a time. And as you stand up straight, you're going to roll your shoulders back, lift your head up, open your palms to the front for mountain. Taking 2 full breaths as you feel yourself get grounded. Placing your palms together to heart center, we're going to move on to tree pose. So putting most of your weight onto your right foot, you're going to let your left foot slightly hover off the mat, either placing the heel of your left foot onto your ankle with your toes still on the ground, or you can lift it off the mat, placing your toes just above your ankles, and hold. Making sure your knees are pointing to the side. Before releasing. Doing the same on the other side, placing your weight on your left foot, hovering your right foot just off the mat, placing your toes on the mat and your heel just above your ankle, or completely off the mat with your toes just above your ankle and your heel just below your knee. And then release. Letting your hands hang by your side, take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, forward fold. Coming down into a seated position, sitting on your bums. You can bring the flat bottom of your feet together, bring it as close to your body as what's comfortable, and then we're going to do some little butterfly movements with our legs just to get our hips nice and open before bringing to stillness. Taking a deep inhale, holding onto your feet. And as you exhale, forward fold, bringing your chest as close to your feet as possible. When you've gone as far as you can, let your head hang. Slowly sitting up straight. You're going to straighten both your legs before bringing your right knee up to your chest and placing it over your left leg onto the other side. Placing your left hand onto your knee and your right hand behind your back. You're going to turn your back, looking over your shoulder for a twist. Holding for 2 full breaths. And then release. And do the same on the other side. Left leg in and over your right leg. Right hand onto left knee, left hand behind. And look over your left shoulder. On your last exhale, release. Moving slightly forward if needed to lay on your back. You're then going to bring your right knee to your chest, hugging your knee and doing some circular motions in one direction, moving over to the other. Then keeping your left hand on your right knee, you're going to lay your right hand out to the side. And you're going to pull your knee, your right leg over, making sure to keep your both shoulders grounded onto the mat. And you can, even if it's comfortable, look to your right for supine twist. Holding for 2 full breaths. And then coming back to center, changing legs, straightening your right, bending your left, doing some circular motions with your left knee, changing directions. And now your right hand onto your left knee, pulling it over to the right, laying your left arm out and looking over to your left. Coming back to center, laying your legs back together, arms at your side. You take a deep inhale, and as we exhale, and relax into Shavasana. When you're ready, bring some small movements into your body, moving your hands and your feet. Slowly bring your presence back. Bring some free movement to your arms and to your legs. Taking your head to the left and right. Keeping your eyes closed still, you can slowly at your own pace sit back up, crossing your legs. As you take a deep inhale, lifting your hands up above your head, and as you exhale, bringing it back to center. Slowly open your eyes. Just want to say thank you for joining me for my class. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you all again soon. Namaste.